Welcome back to the Cats Connection News. Today I'm doing a Staff of the Month interview with
Mickey Weber.
So, you are one of our student teachers, correct?
Yes.
So what school do you go to currently?
Right now I'm at Blackburn, final semester, just about 30 minutes away from here.
Wow. What are you majoring in?
So I'm actually a double major in secondary English education and theater, which is almost like a triple major because it's all the English requirements and all the ed requirements. Mm-hmm. So they're counted as one major, but it's the course load of two essentially.
So that makes me wonder, what do you plan to do once you get out of college then?
So
with those?
Yeah. I plan on going back to Iowa, where I'm from.
Okay.
And I'm wanting to teach, obviously, high school English with that. But with the theater part, I know I went to a small school. I'm student teaching at a lot of small schools and observing in a lot of small schools where they don't get to have a full dedicated theater program. Mm-hmm. They usually have one of the teachers that just runs it after school. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to be doing. I'm wanting to be able to be that theater person at a small school because I know how important that is in performing arts as a whole, with art departments, band, choir, theater, etc. All of those things, they're important to at least one or two kids, and you need a staff to support that. Because as much as students can want to do those things, it's difficult. It takes a while to do. So you need that staff support, which is why I could have just gotten a theater minor, but I'm stubborn. And I enjoy theater a lot, so I'm I want to do this. And that's also landed me jobs outside of just education in theater.
Yes.
Every summer I work carpentry for a theater company, and I build sets, I help design lights, I run a spotlight. Last year I throw stuff onto the stage from the side because they're we forgot our baskets, catch. And you kind of just throw stuff. I get to do things like that, and getting that theater major has given me those classes to help me with it.
So this is going to be a dumb question, but I assume you did theater in high school?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what started your love for it?
Yeah. It was Little Mermaid my freshman year, and I was I'm going to be one of the Mer sisters. I'm great at this. I'm an amazing singer. No. I just had an ego the size of the sun, and I got cast as ensemble, and I'm going to be I'm going to be the best silverfish there is. You better believe it. My school alternated between musicals and plays. Mm-hmm. So we would do one year, one the next year. We also had a smaller department, a bit bigger than this, but definitely not huge by any means. We spent all of our money buying Disney musicals. And then our plays were ooh, we have $12 to buy a play. So yeah, we did Little Mermaid. I thought I was going to get an amazing part. I didn't, but I think it's still important to be those small roles and just having fun even when you're not the main character.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, being the main character is a lot of work.
It is.
And it's hard. And it's kind of more fun to just be a background character. Because then you get a lip sync with your friends backstage. There's an emotional duet and they're singing to each other. And you and your friend are backstage making fun of them. Even if you're not a stage body, you can find so much enjoyment in theater, I believe.
What makes you want to be a teacher?
So, kind of like I said, a lot of schools don't get to have a full dedicated theater department, right. And they can't, if you are just a theater person, if you can hire just an assistant director outside of teaching, it typically costs more because they're typically someone that's more experienced in theater.
Right.
And if you can't have a full dedicated theater department, you can't really hire someone to come in to be doing those things. So, this is just a gateway to be able to do theater in those schools. And I also enjoy getting to work with kids in creative ways and find out what motivates them.
What's something you've learned during student teaching that has surprised you?
So Blackburn, you have observations in different classrooms every semester that you are an ed major, more or less. So for the past 8 semesters, I've been in different classrooms, anywhere from 6th grade, because I technically have 6 through 12 is my degree. I don't want middle school though. So anywhere from 6th grade to high school, I've seen all of these. But my high school, I had 3 different ELA teachers from the 6th grade until I graduated. And they all had a very similar style of teaching. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just this is how ELA classrooms are run. And I got to a 9th grade classroom. I'm what are you doing? Why are things being operated this way? You allow these things to happen in your class. This is an English classroom. What do you mean you don't care about grammar? That's English. so just seeing that teachers do run their classrooms different ways, because everyone I'd worked with was just so similar until I got to be doing these observations and these student teachings, and it allows me to like find out what I want to do. Like I'm like, wow, I don't have to do the classroom the way Mrs. Brown ran it when I was in the 9th grade, you know?
That actually leads me perfectly into my next question. What kind of classroom environment do you hope to create?
So I know ELA is not everyone's favorite thing.
Right.
Typically it's ELA and math. People are like, I'm never going to use this after high school. This is stupid. So just finding ways to be like, okay, you can think that, but you will find some purpose in this class before the end of it. Whether that's like, wow, I can now write a really killer resume, or like the people that are willing to go into more creative fields, like, wow, I know how to use descriptive language better. I know how to analyze better. Because I believe that English language arts is something you will use in some aspect throughout the rest of your lives, even outside of the content. I say this all the time. It's not about the content that you learn. It's about the skills that you learn in high school. So it's not about, oh, you found the theme of The Book Thief. We don't care about that. We care about you being able to find evidence and make an argument and cite sources and just be, oh, now I can't think of the word, and it's the word for being well-spoken. But like, can you articulate your thoughts well? Like that's what English teachers care about more than can you find a theme. It's about the skills you use to find said theme.
You mentioned that you have your degree is 6th through 12th. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's secondary, which is 6th through 12, middle school, high school. So I guess maybe 7 through 12. Every middle school is different.
So with that, what grades or type of classes? Well, we don't type of classes. Yeah. What grades do you hope to teach?
I'm really hoping for like juniors, seniors, like college. Here I got very lucky. I thought I was going to end up, the last couple of years I've been mostly like freshman, sophomore classes I've been observing. But like I got put here and it's like all juniors and seniors. And I was so happy because I kind of want to run my classroom as if I'm sending them out to college and like just prepping them for a real world in as many ways as I can. And again, every school is a bit different. It like junior, senior year is typically when you get to choose your English classes. It's not like you are in this grade, you take this class. And I suppose here, juniors English is a bit like that. But like typically junior, senior year, especially if there's a lot of teachers in the department, you get to be like, oh, creative writing sounds fun for my final English credit, things like that. So like it's the people who have chosen the most to be there. And it's also allegedly where their writing's at their best.
When you go back to Iowa, do you hope to be teaching at a bigger school and hopefully one day become a professor? Or do you would you like to stay junior, seniors, small school, close-knit?
Like, I would prefer a smaller to medium school just because that's what I've always been to. That's what I grew up with. That's where I've been doing my student teaching. Yeah. In the future, I would love to do college, but like, I need to settle down. I've been doing school for a lot of years in a row. I would like a little bit of a break before going into a master's program because you need your master's to teach college. Yeah. And most schools, once you get like settled in, if they're like, hey, if you teach here for 6 years, we'll pay for your master's program in this degree. A lot of bigger schools are able to offer that. Some smaller schools can. It just depends where you are, where you're at. But that's my goal. There's actually an opening not far from where I'm wanting to move to that typically jobs don't open until like March, April, and they open it now. I'm like, okay. It is a bit of a bigger school than I'd like, but who knows? You know, a job's a job.
So to end this, our last question, because I literally can't think of anything else. Answering everything before I even ask it.
Run inside your head, don't worry.
With going back to Iowa, finishing college and all of that, and you are now starting what you're going to do for hopefully the rest of your life.
A while, at least.
Yeah, a long time. How does that make you feel?
It's interesting because, like I said, I've been doing school my whole life. And, like, in the summers, the carpentry job is the first 5 or 6 weeks of summer. And then July, like, I don't really have a job. Because the carpentry pays well enough, I don't need that job. But about 2 weeks into July, I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing nothing. I need something to do. So like, it's going to be weird not to have things to do for a while. Because like, yes, as a teacher, I'm going to be grading. And if I do theater, when I get there, I'll be doing that. but like there's still that period of like I don't have that structure, so it's
Right, you still have that off season.
yeah, it's definitely going to be weird. And like I'll be living with a friend and I'll be moving to a bigger city, and like that's something I've never done before. Like I've always lived in small towns. Like I've never, when I moved to Carlinville for Blackburn, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a Walmart in this town. I was celebrating. I'm like, I don't have to drive half an hour to get to Walmart. McDonald's 10 minutes away. Like that's just what I'm used to. So like it's going to be a really big change and adjustment, and like I know my family will support me, but like none of the rest of my family moved away. They like moved like 20 minutes away. I'm moving like I went 4 hours away for college, and I'm moving like 2.5 hours north for my job, or like when I move in with my friend. So like it'll be a big adjustment for I think everyone.
Yeah.
Just because of all those things combined. So yeah.
Well, you're excellent. So
Thank you. I try.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.